You spent hours building your AI agent. It scrapes data, fills forms, browses the web autonomously. It's basically your digital employee. And then it gets blocked. 403 error, CAPTCHA wall, IP banned. Here's the thing, this isn't bad luck. Websites are actively designed to stop you. In fact, over 40% of all internet traffic today is bot traffic, and platforms like Cloudflare, Akamai, and Datadome are spending millions of dollars specifically to detect and kill automated agents like yours. So, if you're running any kind of AI automation and you haven't thought about how your agent looks to the outside world, you are one request away from a permanent ban. Today, I'm going to fix that. I'll show you exactly what residential proxies are, why they work when everything else fails, and how to plug them into your AI agent the right way. Let's get into it. Why AI agents get banned. So first, why does this even happen? When your AI agent makes a request to a website, it leaves a fingerprint, and that fingerprint screams, "I am a bot." There are a few dead giveaways. Number one, your IP address. If hundreds of requests are coming from the same IP or from an IP registered to a cloud provider like AWS or Google Cloud, you're flagged instantly. Websites know those IPs, they are on block lists. Number two, request patterns. Humans are unpredictable. They scroll slowly, they click randomly, they take breaks. Your agent, it hits endpoints in perfect sequence with zero hesitation. That's a red flag. Number three, browser fingerprinting. Even if you're using headless Chrome, websites can detect that your browser has no real user history, no cookies, no canvas fingerprint that matches a real human device. Now, you could try to solve the pattern problem. You could add delays, randomize clicks. But if your IP is the problem, and it usually is, none of that matters. That's where residential proxies come in. What residential proxies actually are. Let me break this down simply. A proxy is basically a middleman. Instead of your agent sending a request directly from your server, it routes that request through another IP address. Now there are three main types, and which one you pick matters enormously. Data center proxies are the cheap ones. They are fast, but they're also hosted on cloud servers, the exact IPs that websites flag. Think of it this way. If a residential address gets a package delivered, that's normal. If a warehouse in the middle of an industrial park gets 10,000 packages a day, someone's going to notice. Residential proxies are different. These are real IP addresses assigned by internet service providers, the same IPs that your neighbor uses when they browse Amazon from their couch. To any website, your agent looks like a real human on a real device on a real internet connection. That's why they are so effective. And then there are ISP proxies, sometimes called static residential proxies. These combine the speed of data center proxies with the legitimacy of residential IPs. They are a solid middle ground for high volume tasks. For AI agents doing anything serious, residential is your default choice. How to integrate proxies with your AI agent. Alright, let's get practical. Most AI agent frameworks, whether you're using LangChain, CrewAI, AutoGen, or rolling your own with Playwright or Puppeteer, all of them support proxy configuration. It's usually just a few lines. Here's the core pattern. When you initialize your browser tool or HTTP client, you pass in a proxy URL. Residential proxy providers give you a gateway URL, a port, a username, and a password. You plug those in, and from that point on, every request your agent makes flows through a real residential IP. But here's the part most people miss: rotation. If you use the same residential IP for thousands of requests, you'll eventually get banned on that IP too. The solution is rotating proxies, where your provider automatically cycles through a pool of thousands of IPs. Each request or each session gets a fresh address. Most good providers, Bright Data, Oxy Labs, Smart Proxy, have rotating residential pools built in. You don't need to manage it yourself. You just configure your agent to use their gateway, and they handle the rotation behind the scenes. Best practices to avoid detection. Proxies solve the IP problem. But remember, websites are looking at multiple signals at once. So here's what you do alongside your proxy setup. First, always use a real browser. Headless browsers have tells. Use tools like Playwright with stealth plugins or browser fingerprint spoofing. Match your user agent to a real browser version. Don't let your agent announce itself. Second, humanize your timing. Add randomized delays between actions, not a fixed 1 second wait that's still detectable. Use random ranges, 800 milliseconds, then 2.3 seconds, then 600 milliseconds. Make it feel human. Third, respect the site's structure. Don't hammer an endpoint at full speed. Throttle your request rate. If a human would take 30 seconds to read a page before clicking, your agent should too. Fourth, handle CAPTCHAs intelligently. Some providers offer CAPTCHA solving integrations built right into their proxy service. Others connect to third-party solvers. Either way, don't just crash on a CAPTCHA. Build CAPTCHA handling into your agent's error loop. And fifth, monitor your ban rate. Track which IPs are getting flagged, which domains are blocking you, and adjust your session length and rotation frequency accordingly. This is an ongoing tuning process, not a one-time setup. If you want me to do a full hands-on coding tutorial showing you exactly how to wire residential proxies into a LangChain agent or a Playwright browser tool, drop a comment below and let me know. And if this video saved you even 1 hour of debugging, hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel. I'll see you in the next one.